And welcome back, everybody. It's Tales from the Heim of Hell.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah. And that is how we roll. So,
This is how we do it.
it's
It's Friday night.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling right.
The party's not on the west side.
I like how you vaguely knew the lyrics. You're like, I think that's what
Well,
it
no,
was?
I know the actual lyrics, but I was
okay.
trying to alternate it.
Nice.
My fucking sister was in love with Montel Jordan growing up, so
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I knew all that shit. Him, fucking Mace,
Nice.
Mac 10, Easy, Old Ice Cube, all that shit. But so you've been moving.
Yeah. So, as part of the roommate thing, I've been moving out this... Because you guys left fairly, like 2 months ago?
Yeah, we left, it was,
June?
yeah, the beginning of June, because we got in here, I believe, like June 15th, something like that.
So you guys moved out June 15th, and I stayed at the old apartment, and I had a new roommate there for a bit, and we're moving out because she had another apartment we're gonna live in, but I decided just to move in with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But while we were moving out, the whatever's in that apartment, I can confirm now that it wasn't me, it's the apartment, but it was getting really restless.
How so?
So
I know you've told me one or two things, but I know you also haven't told me a couple of them.
yeah, so we're a little head scratch. Go back and listen to it. You can probably hear it.
Yeah, these mics are amazing.
Yeah. So we started moving out last week on Saturday, I want to say. We started
Right.
packing all that stuff. So
Oh, yeah, because you had that and you're fucking half a week off, you son of a bitch.
yeah, hell yeah. Taking half a week off. But so we started moving stuff, and my girlfriend, she came down and she was helping me pack the rest of my stuff and just clean the apartment in general.
Yeah.
And so me and my roommate were moving stuff, and she would stay there, and she's like, it's kind of weird here. It's like, it feels real heavy. And I'm like, it does, but that's always how it's felt.
You know what I think the possible answer for that could be?
What's up?
It says she likes Taylor Swift. And that's just fucking everything up.
She brought that evil spirit into the house.
I just had to get that out there. Continue.
Yeah, no, but it felt like real heavy, and I was like, that's always how the apartments felt, though. Like, even when you guys were there, it always had like that weird kind of like heavy feeling.
I think I only got that kind of feeling once. And I think you and her were gone, and it was just the kids and I.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it might have been one of the times you guys had went and I had to stay with one of the kids because they weren't behaving. And we were just chilling in the room, and every time I'd go into the kitchen, it felt just like really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't, I don't want to say like super heavy. It also wasn't like I don't even know how to explain it because it wasn't terror, it wasn't scare, it wasn't
just felt
fear.
off.
Yeah, it was weird, off. Just, I don't know. It didn't add up, didn't make sense.
Yeah, no, but the apartment's been feeling heavy. Like, even like the last couple of days we were there cleaning. But we decided to stay there on, I want to say Sunday night.
Mhm.
So we could just wake up and keep going on the cleaning and shit.
Yeah.
So we ended up staying there. And we went to go grab pizza and all that. And then my roommate had left with their friends. So she was already gone. So it was just me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we were there, and then when we came back, I believe it's when we went to go grab food. When we came back, my closet door was closed, and I was like, why'd you close the closet door? Because that's what we were using for light. It's like, I didn't close it. And my roommate was already gone for like an hour or two after we left.
It's a polite ghost closing doors for you?
Not so polite. But I was like, oh, okay. So then I texted my roommate, I was like, did you come back and close my door? She's like, no. I'm like, oh. I was like, okay. But... And then she's in the kitchen. She's like putting the pizza on the plates, and like she's getting like the soda ready and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I walk into the kitchen and I sit down. As soon as we sit down, I hear poof, like something fall over. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, there's nothing in that room. And I go back, and it's that fucking mirror. The one that I've always been having issues with. Like, oh, I see shit out of the corner of the mirror.
Yeah, from recording and shit
Yep.
too. Seeing
Or
the mirror
fucking,
shake and
the
vibrate.
mirror shaking, yep. Yeah, that fucking mirror fell over. And I was like, okay. So then instead of putting it back up, I just grab it and I put it in the living room. I just lean against the wall.
Which I'm assuming it didn't stay on that wall too long.
No, it stayed on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't hang it up. I was like, no, not keeping that in there. But that was some of the stuff that was happening last week. Yesterday, we went back to do like the final cleaning and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I was cleaning your guys' old room, you guys' bathroom.
Yeah.
I was just doing like a quick scrub on the fucking tub and all that shit. And when I'm doing that, I'm like sitting down, I'm listening to a podcast that's on Spotify. It's about like cults and shit. And they were talking about this one like Satanist fucking narco cult. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. And I'm just fucking scrubbing the tub and all that shit. And I hear somebody whisper like right fucking behind me.
Yeah.
And I turn around because I thought it was my girlfriend trying to tell me something. And there's no one there.
So you couldn't hear what it whispered exactly?
No. I couldn't hear what the fuck it whispered. But I was like, oh, okay. So then I go and I get up. I was like, what was? I go into the kitchen. I was like, did you say something? She's like, no. It's like I've been here. What are you talking about? It's like you just came up from the bathroom and you said something. It's like I didn't hear you. She's like, no. It's like I was here the whole time. It's like, oh, fun. And then me and her were sitting in the living room because we don't have any furniture. We're just sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor eating waffle sticks.
Yeah, good old kindergarten Indian style.
Yep. And we hear like jingling, like keys jingling. And my keys, both pairs of my keys were on the counter. She didn't have her keys with her and nobody else was there. So I was like, oh, fun.
Have you seen anything?
No, not recently.
Just hearing shit?
Yeah. But she always has a weird thing whenever she stays at the apartment. I always have to close the closet door and the bathroom door.
Just like getting weird vibes from those areas? Or?
Yep.
Well, I mean, look at the shit you've had in your bathroom with that fucking toilet sensor.
Yeah, but I never told her any of that stuff, though.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, but instinctively, she's like, before we go to bed, she's like, turn the little fucking LED lights on and close the closet door and close the bathroom door. I was like, okay. Yeah, but that was pretty much the stuff that was going on in the apartment. Like, it's getting more restless since, like, we started packing the stuff to leave.
I feel sorry for the next people that go in there.
Yeah, no, that's going to be fucking terrible for them.
Oh, did I ever tell you we figured out? So remember I had mentioned my niece had heard like stuff moving in the kitchen, like what sounded like glass?
Yeah.
There was nothing. We heard that sound that sounded similar to that. It's the ice machine in the fridge dropping ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's parts where if it doesn't, it stays a chunk and doesn't like break into pieces.
Yeah.
It does sound like glass sliding on a counter. But it's just, it would keep going off, and I looked and there's nothing on the counter. And I would go look, and our ice was more full than it was last time. So, yeah, it was just a fucking ice maker. Nice. She was just fucking paranoid.
Just freaking out.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So, now this next part, before we get into it, so this episode's probably going to be a little shorter because we're getting in preparation for the next episode, which is going to be big, which, you know, we're going to be leading off to right now, but I do want to give you the heads up for everyone. You know, normally on the podcast, we go through, we edit out audio, any sniffles, coughs, things that we just seem to have that we don't want in, artifacts, shit like that. This next episode is going to be raw, 100% uncut. And the only edits, if
we're going in raw DZ uncircumcised episode.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And the only edit that will be done, if anything, is if we're able to hear anything in the background, that volume will be enhanced, but that is the only thing that will be done. And I will let him explain what volume might be enhanced and what we might be hearing in the background. So if you want, go ahead and explain what just happened to you the other day.
All right, so as part of, I told you guys the moving story to lead into this story. So since I'm moving into my girlfriend's place, and there's not enough room for all my shit in there because I have it's a lot of random fucking stuff.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, we both have a Funko collection, so I can dig it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I got to add you or show you my list of Funkos. I found a fuck ton of epic ones, but we'll do that after this.
Dude, I got to go back to Zia's and buy a Venomized Groot.
Oh, nice.
It's a 10-inch Venomized Groot.
Hell yeah.
But that's for the other podcast.
Yep.
But we started moving stuff into my father-in-law's house because he has a house, but it used to be a duplex.
Yeah.
And he bought out both sides, so that's his whole house. So he only really stays on like the left side of the house, and it's like an older fucking house. Like it looks like one of the original like Tucson houses.
Yeah.
Just like the thick fucking brick and all that shit. It's chunky. It's all cement and shit.
It's a thick with 3 C's house.
Hell yeah. But yeah, he only ever stays like the left side of the house.
Right.
And the right side of the house is where my girlfriend and her sister told me growing up that everybody would see shit in that fucking house. That it was just always like fucking like paranormal and shit. And it wasn't just like ghosts. They thought it was like demons and fucking aliens and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure we've talked about on one of the podcasts about lighting candles for the dead.
Yeah, I believe you actually...
I brought it up yesterday in our conversation as well. So the whole thing with that, just to recap for people who haven't been consistent listeners, when somebody dies, their spirit leaves their body. It's no longer on earth. When you light a candle in their just in their memory, and be like, oh well, this candle is for like my uncle or this or this or this. You're making a beacon for something else to come into your home. That's basically letting them in. And with my girlfriend, her mother died about like 20 years ago when she was like tiny. She was like a little baby when her mom died. But she was telling me that her father always used to light a white candle for her mom like every day.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all done fucked up. You're not supposed to do that. She was telling me she thinks that's how whatever's in there is in there. Because I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's something worse.
A demon.
Probably. But yesterday when we were taking, because we made like 2-3 trips to my father-in-law's house to just drop off like my boxes and stuff.
Right.
We had one last trip yesterday, and we ended up getting there like maybe like 6, I want to say.
Okay.
It was about like 7 when I called you, so yeah, so it would have been like around 6 when we got there.
Yeah.
And she was going through some boxes to take out some of the stuff that we were going to take to her house, like fucking shampoo, like 30 mac and cheeses. She loves mac and cheese. But she was going through the boxes, and I was putting stuff in the right side of the house. The part where nobody goes. So I went in and I opened the side door for the duplex, and I started putting all the stuff in. And there's a stray cat there named Shredder. He's an all black cat.
Shredder.
Ninja Turtle style.
Hell yeah.
He runs in after me, and I'm putting boxes, and I go and grab another box, and I come back, and I hear him meowing like from around the bend, from like the little hallway bend to like separate where the apartments are.
Yeah.
And he's like ugly meowing. He's like something's fucking hitting him or some shit.
Oh, like the about to fight meow.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it is. And I start calling out to him. I was like, Shredder, Shredder. I was like, are you okay? And he comes out and he sits down in the middle of like the little hallway. And he's like staring at me, and all I can really see is his figure in his eyes. And then there starts to be like this really fucking tall shadow coming from the other end of the hallway. Mind you, the way that this hallway is, it's like bent so you can't see the other end of the hallway. So from the other end of the hallway, I start seeing this fucking really big fucking like impossibly huge shadows like on the fucking wall, like on the fucking roof.
Yeah.
But it's really dark. So like, what the fuck? Cause her dad wasn't there and she was still outside. Nobody else lives there. That's literally the only 2 people. So at this point, I'm concerned. I was like, who the fuck is in here if that's not him?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And then the cat turns its head like all the way back. Like he's still sitting still. Like all 4 paws are facing me. Where he was facing me, he just turns his neck all the way to the fucking back.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts looking in through the hallway and like fucking like ugly meowing. But it sounds like it's... I don't want to be like it was talking, but it sounded like it was trying to talk. It was like I made out like yes, and it meowed and went like yes. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then from around the fucking bend on the hallway, like the heads, it's a figure, it's a person. I can't see any facial features. All I can see is the fucking eyes. They're like big white fucking eyes with little tiny pupils.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like funnel shaped. It's weird because it's like thin at the bottom, but like bigger at the top.
Yeah.
And it just peeks around the fucking corner, and then it fucking puts his head back, but his head's almost scraping the fucking roof.
Right.
Which you'll see my father-in-law's house. It has like really high up like fucking roof, so shit's fucking tall. So I'm still standing at the doorway. My girlfriend, she's like, are you okay? He's like, what's up? I was like, nothing. He's like, we're fine. I was like, you're fine. And there's one box left, and she's like, I'll put it inside. I was like, no. So I grabbed the box, and I was like, I'll do it. And I go and I put it inside the house, and I start walking out, and I close the door behind me. And I asked her, I was like, you have the key to lock it? And she's like, no. I was like, you have to just put your hand in and lock. I was like, all right. So I open the door, the cat runs out. I was like, oh, cool, Shredder's out.
Yeah.
So I put my hand in the corner, and I start trying to lock it, but it's not locking. Like the bottom, just like a simple lock.
Kind of like ours, a little twist.
Yeah. Just like a simple twist, and you close the door.
Yeah.
So I put my hand in, I'm trying to I'm fiddling around with it, trying to fucking close it, but it's not closing. And I feel something grab my wrist. So I pull my fucking hand out, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And so then I was like, I gotta lock this door because all my shit's in here. So I pop my head in to fucking grab the lock, and I look in front of me, maybe like 2 feet in front of me, like by the next door, there's a fucking face, like a full fucking face, like popping out of the room in front.
Yeah.
And it's fucking same crazy eyes, but at this time it's fucking grinning. So I just fucking pull my head out, pull my arm out, and I fucking slam the door. And I was like, I told her, like, I didn't fucking lock anything. I was like, let's fucking go. And we drive down to her sister's house, which is maybe like 30 seconds away from her dad's. It's like down the street, like at the other end of the block.
Yeah.
And I was all fucking pale. She's like, you okay? She's like, I don't want to tell you what I saw. It's like, you fucking saw something there, huh? I was like, yeah, I did. And she's like, don't tell me. It's like, I don't want to know. I was like, okay. So I pull out of her dad's house, like the dad's little driveway, and I'm pulling out. And the way the duplex is set up, it has these 2 massive windows in the front.
Yeah.
There's one that's on the side of her dad's where he sleeps like right under it. And he has a little curtain. And on the other side is the other side of the house, which is always dark because nobody's there. So I'm driving off and I take one last look. On the left side of the house where dad sleeps, I can see the figure's head by the fucking door. And I was like, fuck. So we didn't know where her dad was at the time. So we called her sister. He's like, oh, yeah. It's like, we're not at the house. Like, we're at the supermarket. So I was like, fuck. All right. So then we turn around and we had some stuff for her sister. And she's like, I'm just going to leave it at my dad's house. Is like, can you come with me to the door? I was like, I really don't want to. I was like, I'm going to stay in the car. And she's like, no. I was like, just come with me to the door. It's like, 'cause I know you saw something, but you're not going to tell me. I was like, fuck. It's like, I can't just let her go by herself. So I walked with her and I stayed at the doorway because I don't want to go back in there.
Yeah.
But something felt really fucking heavy in that goddamn house. And we were driving, and that's when I was talking with her. And she's like, what was it? Like, tell me. And I was starting to explain to her what was happening. She's like, you saw the tall figure, didn't you? I was like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, there's a fucking tall figure there. His head scrapes the fucking thing, and he's like funnel shaped. She described it exactly like I fucking saw it. And I told her, I was like, yeah. And then I told her what the second part of what happened. It's like, oh no, he does that. He's taunting you. Like, he's mocking you or some shit. I was like, that's fucking, I hate that guy. Like, that guy's a fucking dick.
Well, I mean, like I said, luckily, so what we'll do, because I'm assuming we'll be able to find somewhere to sit where we can have this set up and then run one of these mics. I mean, we have a 25-foot cable, so we can probably get it at least halfway down that hallway.
Yeah. So the way that we have the stuff is my little table and my chairs are at the entrance of the door. 25-foot cable that should reach the other end of the fucking hallway. And at the end of the hallway, it splits between the bathroom, laundry room, and 2 rooms. So I'm pretty sure we can set it there in the middle. And we can just fucking record and see if we catch anything or if anything happens in there.
Yeah, so we'll be doing like our basically a normal podcast / investigation. So we'll see what we can find, see what we can feel.
Yeah, no, as soon as you walk in, you're gonna fucking feel it, dude. It's heavy as shit in there. And then I can show you where all that stuff popped out, because this shit's fucking terrible.
That's where I want to put a mic.
Yeah, because we can set a mic. Because she was telling me, too, I think she told you yesterday when I was on the call with you, it was all fucking shook and shit.
Yeah.
That they rented the house out to these fucking dudes, and then one of them got killed there and some shit. And then I guess they rented to somebody else after that. And there was like a bunch of like satanic fucking like symbols and shit there. And they had like a satanic Bible or some shit.
Yeah.
And So I think that's what I'm saying is like I don't think it's fucking something human. I think it's
No, that seems like they invited something in.
yeah.
Definitely.
And I was talking with her sister, and she's like, "Yeah, it's like we can do a clean in my dad's house, but the whole thing is he's a skeptic, so he's always just gonna clown on it." I was like, "That's the worst thing you can do." And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he's fucking seen stuff too, but he just doesn't want to say because he's there by himself.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to admit it because then he wouldn't be a skeptic anymore.
Yeah, no, but that was fucking terrifying. So, like I said, I told her like we have to come back and grab stuff. We're coming in the morning or fucking like noon, but we're not coming like when it's getting dark already. I was like, after fucking 4, we're not coming to this house.
Well, we're going to take this and I'm going to make sure that lamp that I have is charged. So we'll have that if need be.
Yeah.
Because if we see something, we can turn that on. And if light's still blocked from that bright ass thing, then we know something's up.
Okay. Yeah, but that was my fucking terrifying last 2 weeks. Well, I'm telling you, man, I think I'm fucking losing it.
Oh, and just so you guys know, for this investigation, I will probably just be using the non-narrator voice because it's going to be hard to do a whole investigation like this. It won't make sense. It'll just kind
Voice
of
reveal at 500 likes.
yeah. No, it'll just make it seem like I'm taunting whatever it is, and I don't want that. That's not how we handle things.
Yeah, we'll be very respectful of everything.
So be ready for that, guys, because that'll
Extra
be
long.
next week.
Shit,
So-
I say we take Frankie with us.
He won't go. Javi might.
Shit, let's take him. We need a sacrificial lamb.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to join. But
Terrifying.
yeah, but in the meantime, get ready. Don't forget, we have a new Linktree-esque style thing. We just are now going to call it Link in Bio. It has the ability to tip us if you'd like to donate. It has all the Reddits, the one Reddit, the Discord. It has our merch for the t-shirts and shit that we have that, come from the episodes and all kinds of good shit. So check it out.
Hell yeah. Alright, guys, we will see you for next week's investigation. Stay tuned.
Be ready.
Always ready.